Hello YouTube, it's your one and only Super Mazaku, and today we're going to be touching on a subject which is very familiar within the anime community, even outside of the anime community. Some people don't even know it's an anime. I mean, you kind of should though, but the title of the anime is called Naruto or Naruto Shippuden. Now in Naruto Shippuden, we have the main protagonist by the name of Naruto Uzumaki, who is infamous for his jutsu, well, mainly his father's jutsu, called the Rasengan. Now, throughout this series, we have experienced other users use this actual technique, but did you know that overall, including the mangas and animes, there are 10 people who actually were able to use this jutsu? Let's break down the list. Number 10, Minato Namikaze. Yes, the originator himself, who actually did create the Rasengan Jutsu, saying his inspiration was no other than the Tail Beast Bomb, which is ironically embedded into his son, which is crazy. Unfortunately though, Minato, the best he can do with this Rasengan is create a regular version or a slightly larger version, creating a giant Rasengan. It is said that he actually made the jutsu, but he could not actually fully complete it itself. Number 9. Jiraiya. Yes, the untimely death of Jiraiya. So sad. I'm still very upset with that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are too. Jiraiya, the late great Jiraiya, the Toad Sage, the Gallant, the one of the top 5 best Naruto characters, at least written on hand. Jiraiya. Also the teacher of course, Minato Namikaze, who is the creator of the Rasengan, and his son Uzumaki Naruto, who's the main protagonist. Now Jiraiya, as we've seen him in the games, he has used many various versions of Rasengans, as in the Fireball Rasengan, Fire Flame Rasengan. He has kind of done a lot in the games. I feel like he actually has more jutsu in the games than he does in the actual series. But in the series, he's the one that actually taught our main protagonist, Naruto Uzumaki, the Rasengan itself. And Jiraiya was such a great warrior. And unfortunately, his death was so untimely for us to really see how much he could really evolve with his Rasengan. But one thing we do know, he did evolve more than the creator itself by creating the massive Rasengan. And I believe he's the first person in the series to actually use that jutsu, the massive Rasengan. So, props for our boy Jiraiya. Number 8. Ashura Asusuke. Yes, before you guys get on me. Yes, I know that I stated Minato is the originator of the Rasengan, and in canon values, that still is true. Unfortunately, we have the studio called Paris Studios who does whatever the heck they want, and in the anime, they made no other than Ashura the creator of the Rasengan, for symbolic reasons, because Naruto has the Rasengan, which would make sense if Naruto actually created the Rasengan. You see, as we have Ashura, who has the Buddha mode, and Hashirama, who has a Buddha wood sage kind of golem, that makes sense symbolism. But there should be no symbolism between Asura and Minato and or Jiraiya, who used it before Naruto even has. So the fact that he even has the Rasengan Jutsu, at least it's just in the anime and it is non-canon. So do not worry about it, guys. It is not real. But nonetheless, killing off everything, he is a Rasengan user. Number 7. Kakashi Hatake, the copycat ninja, Kakashi of the Sharingan, the prodigy, the genius. Yes, knows the jutsu called the Rasengan, as he displayed to Uzumaki Naruto during the Kakuzu/Hidan arc, while he was training him for the Rasen Shuriken training. Now this became a shock to all of us when we were sitting there, either where we were on Disney XD or watching it online, the anime, or reading in the manga. Seeing Kakashi use the Rasengan had to be one of the most epic moments in Naruto history. I mean, we already knew he knew the Chidori, and it was nice that Naruto and Sasuke, was the Chidori and Rasengan. They was basically counterparts of each other, and the fact that Kakashi knew both of them kind of added to the legendary status of his name. And I believe it's still so much about Kakashi that we know nothing about, but he is a man of 1,000 jutsu, and one of them is the Rasengan. Number 6. Naruto Uzumaki. Yes, the main protagonist, the main character, the guy. He's not a bad guy. He's not a good guy. He's the guy. Okay, sorry about that. But Naruto Uzumaki, the man who has done more with the Rasengan than he really should have. I mean, there are like 1,000 different versions of the Rasengan just based on him. I recently made a list of a top 100 Rasengan versions. And the only thing that would have made that list worse is if all the Rasengans were canon. But we have some who are movie made, video game made, some are anime only made, but majority of them are manga made, which is a total of 53, I believe, or maybe 55 of them. But Naruto has done a lot more with the Rasengan, having the Rasengan, Odama Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken, Super Rasen Shuriken, Sage Art Rasengan, Sage Art Rasen Shuriken, Tell Beast Rasengan. The list goes on and on. It is no doubt that Naruto is one of the strongest characters within his series, and what he has done with the Rasengan has been tremendous. For a little blue sphere to something that can become country level at best, it's just amazing. Naruto has done a lot with the jutsu, and he has come a very long way, making the Rasengan even more legendary than it already was. Number 5, Konohamaru. Yes, Konohamaru, the great grandson, well, just the regular grandson of the third Hokage, or the honorable grandson of the third Hokage. I kind of makes me wonder, where's his dad at? I know this like off script, but y'all know where his dad at, y'all? No. Okay, so they're just gonna ignore me. So this dude has no dad. Plus he's not black in the series, but Konohamaru learned from the very best himself, Naruto Uzumaki. Now, unfortunately, Konohamaru hasn't really done much with the Rasengan, or has really brought it to his full potential or further potential. He hasn't, showcased a giant Rasengan or a fire Rasengan, whatever his nature art is, or anything. But he does know the jutsu, and he did a very great job displaying it, defeating one of the Pains in the Pain arc. And during that arc, those guys, they were badasses, going around kicking everybody's ass. But Konohamaru now has that clout saying he took down one of them thanks to the famous jutsu Rasengan. So Konohamaru, thank Naruto. Number 4. Well, if it isn't the son of Naruto Uzumaki himself, if it isn't the grandson of Minato Namikaze himself, Boruto Uzumaki. Yes, now, this is a lot more recent than you think. I believe about a year ago, Boruto Uzumaki displayed his use of Rasengan, and he accidentally added a wind nature to it to Sasuke when Sasuke wanted to train him. Now, Boruto has done wonders with it so far. Not really wonders. The best he did was turn it into a bigger Rasengan, because at first he couldn't create the chakra big enough for a full Rasengan. It was a mini Rasengan for the longest. He didn't actually manifest the actual size Rasengan until the end of the movie. Unfortunately, that's all we basically know about Boruto and his Rasengan. But one thing that we do know, this kid's a prodigy, adding wind nature to his jutsu before he even knew what it was. So as far as right now with the series, the Boruto manga series is still going on, but hopefully we get to see a lot more variations of the Rasengan from Boruto. I have high hopes that he will surpass even his father with this jutsu. So hopefully Boruto will show some promise and actually showcase some real talent with his Rasengan. But nonetheless, he is one of the users, so he does make the list. Number 3, Momoshiki Asusuki. Once again, another recent version of, to this edition of the Rasengan list. Now, Momoshiki, he's a very different kind of person and a scary person to have this jutsu. I believe he is probably one of the only evil people with the Rasengan. Unfortunately, I believe when Boruto or Naruto had used the Rasengan on him, since he has the Rinnegan, he absorbs it, and he displayed that not only now does he know the jutsu, he could use it whenever he wants and can create an infinite amount of Rasengans, which he did display during the end of the Boruto movie when he created a red dark version of Rasengan that was almost as powerful as a Rasengan Naruto and Boruto had manifested itself, but it fell short, of course, due to plot. But, we had Boruto, Naruto, and Sasuke teaming up on him. But nonetheless, he had used the Rasengan on a much greater scale than a lot of people, including Naruto himself. Naruto has probably very little in his arsenal that actually can surpass that Rasengan that are canon. I believe only the Rasengan that can surpass it is the one he used against Sasuke in their final battle. So Momoshiki is definitely not one to be played around with, and since he has that jutsu, it makes it a lot more deadly, but it makes it a lot more crueler too. To see a red Rasengan, it's just pure evil. Number 2, Sirocco. Now, a lot of people may not know of this character, and I do not blame you based on the movie that this character was in wasn't that good. Sorry if you guys disagree, it really wasn't that good. Now, Sirocco is a ninja who is very similar, and I mean very similar to, I feel like it's almost copied from Momoshiki Atsuki. Now, Momoshiki Atsuki, his movie Boruto the movie came out in 2015. Sirocco's movie been out for the better part of 10 years, I believe. But the way that he obtained the Rasengan is the exact same way Momoshiki obtained it. He absorbed it within his hands, and he is able to then use it himself. So that's the only reason why, Sirocco was able to use the Rasengan, or even if he still has it, but he's not canon, and I believe he is dead by the end of the movie. If not, he's in prison. But he is a non-canon character who actually can use the Rasengan, as he has used it effectively against Naruto before Naruto then countered him with his own Rasengan. But nonetheless, Sirocco makes this list. It's very crazy how the hell him and Momoshiki are so similar. And number 1.
And his name is John C.
Uzumaki, or Uchiha, or whichever one they try to display him as in this movie. Now, it's a movie called Naruto, I believe, Road to a Ninja. I did not like the movie. I believe it's the worst Naruto movie ever created, but a lot of people do like it, and a lot of people love Menma, and he does make this list. Even though I did kind of balance back and forth, because it was like he is Naruto, but he isn't Naruto. He's just like a clone or alternate version with a different name. So technically he does fit under the category of another character besides being Naruto himself. And then the fact that Naruto faced Menma in a one-on-one battle kind of, cancels out my point anyway. So Naruto Uzumaki makes this list. Now his Rasengan is very unique. It's called Rasengan. I believe that's how they translated it over here, and it's a Rasengan, but it's a dark Rasengan, and they did a very nice job actually with the effects with it, just having it look exactly like a Rasengan, but a much darker version. His Rasengan, instead of having a spiral, it had the rings around it. His jutsu in the fight was actually very cool, but the story itself to me was just lackluster. But that's besides the point of this list. But Menma Uzumaki does make this list, since he is an official user of the Rasengan. Now, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this list, because that's about it. Those are the 10 and hopefully the only users of Rasengan. Please don't let Sawada or Himawari obtain this jutsu. Too many people already know this jutsu, and this jutsu has way too many variants. I'm done with these Rasengan videos. It's getting old. I'm getting tired. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this video all over with your fellow otakus, friends, Naruto fans, family, grandma, grandpa, aunties, uncles. Just share it all over. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Super Mazaku.